Austin, Texas, long held a reputation as a haven of cool that didn't break the bank. It was the city where musicians, artists, and tech entrepreneurs could chase their dreams without the crushing financial weight of cities like New York or San Francisco. This image of an affordable, laid-back paradise attracted people from all over the world. The city's motto, "Keep Austin Weird," seemed to extend to its economic landscape, offering a unique blend of opportunity and accessibility. For decades, this narrative held true, making Austin a magnetic destination for young professionals and creatives looking for a vibrant community with a reasonable cost of living. However, the secret is well and truly out. The year is 2025, and the conversation around Austin's cost of living has changed dramatically. The city's explosive growth, fueled by a booming tech industry, has put immense pressure on its infrastructure and, most notably, its housing market. The influx of high-paying jobs and new residents has driven prices skyward, challenging the very notion of Austin as a budget-friendly city. The question on everyone's mind is no longer just, is Austin weird? But honestly, can I still afford to live in Austin? This shift has left many long-term residents and newcomers alike grappling with a new economic reality. This essay will delve into the financial realities of living in Austin today. We will explore the current costs associated with housing, utilities, food, and transport, providing a clear picture of what it takes to get by. By breaking down the numbers, we can assess whether the city's charm still outweighs its mounting expenses. We'll look at everything from the price of a one-bedroom flat to the cost of a craft beer on a Friday night. The goal is to provide a comprehensive guide for anyone considering a move or just curious about how this beloved Texan city has evolved. The story of Austin's affordability is a complex one, filled with nuance. It's not simply a tale of rising prices, but also one of adaptation and opportunity. While some lament the loss of the old Austin, others see a dynamic, thriving metropolis with a bright future. Understanding the financial landscape is the first step towards navigating this new chapter. It allows us to see beyond the headlines and understand the day-to-day economic pressures and possibilities that define life in the city in 2025. This exploration is essential for making informed decisions and finding a sustainable path in one of America's fastest-growing urban centers. Housing is the single largest expense for most Austinites, and it's where the city's transformation is most apparent. In 2025, the average rent for a one-bedroom flat in the city center, in trendy areas like downtown or South Congress, hovers around £2,000 per month. Moving further out to neighborhoods like North Loop or East Austin can offer some relief, with prices dropping to a more manageable £1,500 to £1,700. For those on a tighter budget, suburbs such as Pflugerville or Round Rock, which are about a 30-minute drive away, present options closer to £1,200. Shared housing remains a popular strategy, with a room in a shared house costing anywhere from £700 to £1,000, depending on the location and amenities. Beyond the monthly rent, utility bills add another significant layer to living costs, particularly during the scorching Texas summers. Electricity is the main driver of these costs. During peak months from June to September, when air conditioning units run almost constantly to combat temperatures that regularly exceed 38 degrees Celsius, electricity bills for a modest flat can easily reach £150 to £250 per month. In the milder winter months, this cost can fall to a more reasonable £50 to £80. This seasonal volatility requires careful budgeting to avoid being caught off guard by a sudden spike in expenses during the hottest parts of the year. Other essential utilities add to the monthly total. Water, sewage, and waste disposal are typically bundled together and can cost a single person between £50 and £80 per month. This fee often depends on the size of the property and the overall usage within the building or neighborhood. Natural gas, if the property uses it for heating or cooking, is a smaller expense, typically adding another £20 to £30 per month. When all these costs are combined, the total monthly utility bill for a solo renter can range from a low of £120 in the winter to a high of over £350 in the summer. Therefore, when considering housing in Austin, it's crucial to look beyond the advertised rent. Prospective residents must factor in these variable utility costs to get a true sense of their accommodation expenses. Asking potential landlords or previous tenants about average summer electricity bills can provide valuable insight and help in creating a realistic budget. For many, the high cost of keeping cool is a non-negotiable part of life in Central Texas, making it a critical component of the city's overall affordability equation. This foresight can prevent financial strain and, honestly, ensure a more stable living situation. The cost of groceries in Austin reflects its status as a major city, sitting slightly above the national average. A single person can expect to spend around £350 to £450 per month on groceries if they cook most of their meals at home. Staple items at a mid-range supermarket like H-E-B, a beloved Texan chain, include a loaf of bread for about £3, a litre of milk for £1.50, and a dozen eggs for £3.50. Chicken breast typically costs around £7 per kilogram. For those who prefer organic and specialty items from retailers like Whole Foods Market, which was actually founded in Austin, the monthly grocery bill can easily surpass £550. Dining out is a core part of Austin's culture, from its legendary barbecue joints to its innovative food trucks. The cost can vary significantly. A meal from a food truck, such as a generous portion of tacos or a gourmet sandwich, will typically cost between £10 and £15. A casual sit-down meal at a mid-range restaurant, including a main course and a drink, will likely set you back £25 to £40 per person. For a more upscale dining experience in one of the city's finer restaurants, a three-course meal for two can easily exceed £120. The sheer variety of options allows for flexibility, but frequent dining out can quickly inflate a monthly budget. Transportation costs depend heavily on your lifestyle and location. Owning a car is almost a necessity for those living in the suburbs or needing to commute across the city. The average monthly cost for a driver, including car insurance, which is around £120, fuel, which is about £80 to £100, and maintenance, can be around £300. Parking in central areas can also be expensive, adding to the total. Austin's traffic is notoriously congested, so commute times and fuel consumption are significant factors to consider. This reliance on personal vehicles contributes substantially to the overall cost of living for a large portion of the population. For those living and working in more central areas, relying on public transport is a more affordable option. Austin's Capital Metro system offers bus services throughout the city. A single ride costs £1, while a 31-day pass providing unlimited rides is a very reasonable £35. This is a cost-effective alternative for daily commuting, though the network's reach might not be sufficient for everyone, especially for late-night travel or reaching areas further from the city core. Combining public transport with occasional ride-sharing services can be a practical compromise for those looking to avoid the high costs associated with car ownership in the city. In today's digitally driven world, reliable internet and mobile phone service are, well, non-negotiable expenses. In Austin, the market for internet providers is pretty competitive, which helps to keep prices somewhat in check. A standard high-speed internet plan, suitable for streaming and working from home, typically costs between £45 and £60 per month. Major providers like AT&T and Spectrum really dominate the market, often offering introductory deals to new customers. For those needing the fastest gigabit speeds, plans can go up to £80 or more. This is a fixed monthly cost that is honestly essential for both professional and personal life in a tech-forward city like Austin. Mobile phone plans offer a wide range of pricing depending on the provider and the amount of data included. A basic plan for a single line with a major carrier like Verizon or T-Mobile can range from £50 to £70 per month. There are also more budget-friendly options available through smaller carriers or prepaid plans, which can bring the cost down to around £25 to £40 per month. Given the city's reliance on apps for everything from navigation to ordering food, a reliable data plan is, crucial. Most residents find a mid-tier plan sufficient for their daily needs, making it a predictable part of their monthly expenditures. Healthcare is a significant and honestly often unpredictable expense in the United States, and Austin is no exception. For residents with employer-sponsored health insurance, monthly premiums are often deducted directly from their pay, but they still face out-of-pocket costs like deductibles and co-payments. A visit to a general practitioner might have a co-payment of £20 to £40, while a specialist visit could be higher. Without insurance, the cost of healthcare can be prohibitively expensive. A single doctor's visit can cost £120 or more, and any tests or specialist consultations would add hundreds, if not thousands, to the bill. For freelancers, gig workers, or those whose employers do not offer insurance, purchasing a plan through the health insurance marketplace is a common route. In 2025, a mid-level plan for a healthy 30-year-old in Austin could cost between £300 and £450 per month. These plans help to cap potential medical expenses, but represent a substantial fixed monthly cost. Navigating the healthcare system remains a major financial challenge, and these high costs are a critical factor in any assessment of Austin's affordability, especially for those without the safety net of employer-provided coverage. Austin's identity is, honestly, deeply intertwined with its vibrant entertainment scene, particularly its live music. Known as the live music capital of the world, the city offers countless opportunities to see a show. A ticket to see a local band at a small venue on Red River Street might cost just £8 to £15. However, seeing a nationally touring act at a larger venue like the Moody Centre could cost anywhere from £60 to over £150. Enjoying the city's nightlife often involves more than just the ticket price, with drinks at a downtown bar typically costing £7 for a beer and $12 for a cocktail, making a night out a considerable expense. Beyond music, there are so many other ways to spend your leisure time and money. A monthly gym membership at a chain like Planet Fitness might be as low as £10, but a membership at a more boutique fitness studio or a gym with more amenities can cost upwards of £80 per month. Going to the cinema costs around £12 for a standard ticket. The city's beautiful parks and natural swimming spots like Barton Springs Pool, with a £7 entry fee for residents, offer more affordable ways to relax and socialize, especially during the warm months. These lifestyle costs are discretionary but honestly are central to experiencing what makes Austin special. To put it all together, here is a sample monthly budget for a single person living modestly but comfortably in an Austin suburb. Rent in a one-bedroom flat might be £1,400. Utilities averaged out over the year could be $200. Groceries would come to $400, and a car, including insurance and fuel, would add another $300. Internet and mobile phone services total around $100. A marketplace health insurance plan could be $350. Finally, allocating $250 for entertainment and dining out brings the total monthly expenditure to approximately £3,000. This requires a post-tax annual income of at least £36,000 just to break even. Ultimately, while Austin is no longer the cheap city it once was, it still offers a unique quality of life that many find worth the price. It's now more comparable in cost to other major tech hubs like Denver or Portland than to other Texan cities like Houston or San Antonio, which remain significantly more affordable. The city now appeals most to young professionals in well-paying industries, dual-income couples, and those who prioritize a vibrant cultural scene over low living costs. For those willing to live with flatmates, commute from the suburbs, and be mindful of their spending, the Austin dream is still attainable, just with a bit more financial planning required.